Hello, my friend, and welcome. I know many people are going through a lot of struggles with this coronavirus, the COVID-19 coronavirus, and um, I'd like to offer something. I think we all want to. We want to be able to offer something to people that are struggling. And this is how we feel better ourselves. We're here for a particular purpose, and part of this is to serve others, to serve humanity. And one of the ways that I've found is to help people that are struggling with this, that are suffering with this. As a spiritual teacher, of course, I do this for many people come to me for suffering or come to me for healing, and I've always done this. In the case of the coronavirus, this is so widespread, and there's so much trauma going on with this in many people's lives that it feels like I would like to have a resource for you, a resource to help you. And one of the things I'd like to help you with is how to stay healthy. It's so important that you stay healthy, isn't it? That we focus on our health and stay healthy. It's more than just washing our hands and doing the things. We need to be able to keep the body healthy and move the body just as we did before when we went to spin classes and yoga classes and martial arts classes and went to the gym and things like that. We need to be able to stay healthy just as we were before. But now we're enclosed in our home and none of these things are open to us anymore. So these are some suggestions that I have and some of the things that I've been doing and that have been working for me and may be helpful for you. If you don't have these resources of a gym and things, there's things that you can do that don't take any of that. In terms of aerobic activity, I'm running. Many people run outside. We've always done that, and that's something you can do. I've also use a jump rope, and a jump rope is a wonderful aerobic activity. It's something that I do in between all the other exercises and beginning the exercise. I jump rope for about a half an hour a day, and that really gets my heart working, gets my heart up, and it's a wonderful exercise. And jump ropes are inexpensive, and you need to learn how to do it and practice with it, but it's kind of fun to learn how to do this. If you've never jump rope before, it's kind of fun to practice this, even though it might be a little frustrating in the beginning. It's a wonderful workout. And if not, you can always run. So this is one good way to do it. And what do we do if we don't have the weights and things that we've used before? Because we want to be able to keep our body strong. In order for the body to be physically strong, it needs to do some resistance training. It needs to do some weight training. But we can use our own body weights. It's wonderful. We can use our own body weights, just as a lot of us learned in gym class. Push-ups are a wonderful thing to do to build up the chest muscles, the tricep muscles of the arms, and to keep ourselves strong. And the other, they're very much like bench pressing, except we're doing it in the opposite direction without weights. And if you're used to being in a gym and doing bench pressing with heavy weights, you just need to do more. So if you do 40, 50, 30 push-ups, you're gonna feel that. That's gonna give you a good workout. There's another type of a push-up that I found years ago, which is called a Tibetan push-up. This is how they do push-ups in Tibet, I guess. And it's very much, if you know yoga, you begin in the position of downward dog, and then you move into upward dog. You go from downward dog into upward dog, downward dog into upward dog, and you keep doing that. And the slower you do it, the more you get a workout. It's a very fine-tuned workout. It's not the same exactly as a push-up, so you do both of them, but it's an adjunct. It's an additional thing that you can do besides a push-up. If you have squats are also a wonderful thing to do to build up your legs. If you're used to using a heavy barbells like I do, 250 pounds, then you need to do a lot more in order to get the same kind of effect. And there's another kind of a squat that you can do, which I show you here, which is jump squats. You go from your legs being together, and then you jump them apart, and then you jump them together, and then you jump them apart, back and forth. So it's this kind of explosive action of jumping. Or you can just jump in place. You can go into the squat, and then instead of just coming up, to standing position, you go up to a jump, you leap up into the air, you come back into a squat, you leap up into the air. It's a very simple thing to do, but it gives you a really good workout. You can feel it on your quads, your quadriceps. And if you have a bar or a strong limb of a tree that you can hang on, anything that you can hang on, you can use this for doing chin-ups, which is a very wonderful body weight exercise, chin-ups. And not only can you do chin-ups and do exercises for your shoulders, your back, and your arms, but you can also do ab exercises, abdominal exercises, and build up your core on this chin-up bar by doing leg lifts. It's also a wonderful practice to do for your core. Your core is a very important part of your body. If your core is strong, if your abdominals are strong, then you're not going to have back pain. You're not going to have back injuries in your lower back, which often as we get older, we do anyways. But if you do a number of ab exercises, core strengthening exercises every day, you won't have that. If you don't have a chin-up bar, there's many things you can do without one. You probably know about doing the bicycle, as I'm showing here. This is like a bicycle exercise where your legs and your arms are moving. It's a very simple exercise to do. There's another wonderful abdominal exercise, core exercise that I found, which works, which is one of the best that I've actually found, is to go from a position of with your legs straight out or bent up into a shoulder stand and back and forth, and keep doing that shoulder stand. If you've done yoga, you know about going into a shoulder stand. In this case, you go into a shoulder stand like 40 or 50 times. You just keep going into the shoulder stand over and over and over again. And you feel this in your abdominals. It works in your abdominals in a way that the other exercises don't. So it's a wonderful thing to do. The other thing that you can do to build your core up is to use an ab roller. It's an inexpensive piece of equipment that I'm sure you can order on Amazon, and you just stretch it out. I'm showing it here starting from my knees. Usually I do this from a standing position, but I'm showing you this through your knees because it's easier to start that way. You go and you stretch it all the way out, and then you build it back and stretch it all the way back. You just keep doing that, and that also builds up your core. It's very important to build up your core muscles there. If you've been doing martial arts, and the dojo is closed down, you can always, if you have a heavy bag, if you're fortunate enough to have a heavy bag as I do, you can still get them. You can have a wonderful workout doing that. Here I am doing my boxing workout, which is a very good aerobic workout and also helps your arms and shoulders. Your whole body is into this, as you know, if you do martial arts. And if you don't have a heavy bag, you can do shadow boxing, and you can do your forms. You can just practice your forms. So there's many things that you can do at home without going to the gym, without going to the dojo, without going to yoga classes. You can do this at home, and I encourage you to keep doing it and to really have a disciplined practice of doing this, at least an hour a day. Spend more time than you used to do on it, and it will make the time doing this coronavirus, the time that you're sequestered, feel a lot easier. Because if you're not moving your body, if you're just sitting there with anxiety and worries and concerns about this, it's going to be not good for you. It's going to be devastating for you. And if you work out strongly enough during the day, one, you're not going to be thinking as much. If you really do a heavy duty exercise, you're not going to be thinking as much. Your focus is on your body, not on your thoughts and what's going on. And with enough effort and enough intensity that you put into this, as you know, if going to the gym or whatever you've been doing, spin classes, when it gets very intense, you're not really thinking very much other than when is it going to stop. But this is a good way of relieving your mind and healing your body at the same time. It's very important to do this during this time to stay healthy, because this helps your immune system. If you do happen to get this virus and your body is healthy, it won't be affected as badly as it would if you're not doing that. So stay healthy, my friends. Eat healthy, get plenty of fresh air and sunshine. And as I'm showing here, one of the things that I do at the end of all my practices, of all my exercise, is to sit quietly in meditation. This is another practice, very important practice, to keep the mind quiet, to keep the mind still, and find out what's really important in life. I think you're probably finding this already. If it's been a couple of weeks and you haven't been going out and you've just been, staying at home, There's enough time to be quiet, enough time to go deeply inward and find out what's really important in life. And this is perhaps the most important exercise that you can do. Thank you, my friends. Much blessings to you. And I hope I can find other ways of giving you support and helping you through this challenging time, but also a time of great opportunity. And I hope already that you're finding the opportunities that arise in this. To begin to see this not so much as an obstacle, but perhaps as a gift. Perhaps as a gift to you. Perhaps as a gift to our whole species. And each of us has to find what that gift is. Each of us has to discover ourselves what that gift is for us. I hope you do, my friend, and I'll do whatever I can to help you.